Hello, 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 lads, ladettes, and lassies. My name's Josh, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Dr. Stone. As you can see, I'm still playing around with my mic because at the time of recording this episode 1 of Season 3 should be dropping on YouTube in, like, the next week. So you guys can tell me about my audio and stuff through there if you're so inclined. It does sound a little weird. I just don't want to move the mic from where it's currently positioned, so I'm just kind of like stretching the arm out around, playing around with it. So yeah, we'll be testing the audio around, we'll be playing with it. But anyway, that aside, last episode, yeah, it was like the standard Dr. Stone episode of like discovering stuff, building stuff. We kind of sped through the how-to tutorials of quite a bit of things. But you know, it was like we found oil. We built like a speedboat. We're finally getting out into the ocean. We built a radio, not really radio. It's like we buffed our radio so like we can hear or we can talk to each other from even further away. All right, it's going good. It's going good. And then, we got interference, and it wasn't a natural kind of interference. No. Someone was sending Senku a message. Everyone was terrified. Senku was too. Just a little bit. But oh, was he excited. So lads, I think this episode we're getting into those new stone people maybe that we saw in the intro. I don't know. The question is, why? Why, how, and what is going on? So if you want to see that, be sure to stick around on YouTube right now, because we're going to go right into the reaction of it. I am sorry for the transparency of some of these episodes, because copyright, I have to make them a little bit less transparent. A little bit more transparent, my bad, no. I have to make them a little more transparent because of copyright, so they can stay on YouTube. But if you want to see like the uncensored, untransparent version, check out our Patreon for early access tier and all that. But if the transparency doesn't bother you, let's just get right into this episode, because I have a feeling something major is about to go down.
They spoke to us? Who is this mystery person?
This may
Well,
just
it
be
was
a trick,
only
but perhaps there's another group of
Morse
survivors
code, so we
who
don't
aren't
know.
It could be a rescue request, right? Worrying's not
War
gonna solve
room.
anything, so let's leave it to the thinkers.
Too many cooks spoil the broth, as they say. We should leave the
Yeah, they know the
strategizing
saying
to the
too.
guys
They
in
know the
war.
saying.
They heard the message firsthand, after all. Plus, they're the 5 sharpest minds in the kingdom of science.
The troll, the archer, the capitalist,
Our generals.
and 2
Oh,
scientists.
I'm not sure about Chrome.
Aww.
He's smart, but a little too goofy for the title, in my opinion.
There was no known technology.
No, not the dog clip again.
So we're thinking our Y-Man was behind everything then?
I guess that name is as suitable as any.
The
Well, there's
Y
no way he'd
man.
be alive after 3,700 years.
So we're saying AI maybe,
Unless he petrified himself along
or he woke himself up too.
Everybody slow down a sec. You remember?
So are you the mastermind?
He completely ignored Senku's provocation. The endless onslaught of Ys ceased, and he's been radio silent ever since.
Okay.
An unseen enemy.
So
One
he
that
did
can
stop.
cover us from anywhere at any moment.
We're gonna smash the hell.
Not that way.
Despite your explanation, I still have no idea what this is.
That's okay. I bet it'll make more sense when we turn it on.
Boop. Oh.
It's the birth of the display.
Oh.
I've
Huh.
been planning on making these puppies so we could have a proper display for the GPS. But that was easier than I thought.
You go,
Really call
Kasuki.
this a display?
Moving it around turns it into an image. It's gotta be done at a precise rate. Left to right, top to bottom. That's how those old CRT TVs worked back in the day. We're calling upon the power of a magic stone.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
Now he's talking about seeing our enemy in a crystal ball.
So we make a sandwich out of 2 crystal plates. And the electron beam passing between them makes a perfect curve.
The dot grew sideways.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
It turned into a perfectly straight line. I didn't follow all that, but it sounds like we have a
Me neither, girl.
Well,
Me
crystals
neither.
are bad.
Yeah. And when we discover those laws and use them to our advantage, know what it's called? science.
Science. Ah, there's a reason why I failed physics.
Final step, we're adding some vertical curves.
Oh.
Of course. I recognize this. It's
Yes.
obvious. What kind of sonar operator am I?
We're gonna pull back the curtain on you, Y-Man. I don't care if you're on land, up in the sky.
Thank God they have
or down
Senku
in
with
the
them.
water. First thing you said when you saw us making moves was why, and I want to ask you the same question. You have something to do with the petrification, don't you?
Ah. I love the visualization of just things in this show.
There's something in the water, and lots of it.
The gold, the Titanic.
It's
Fish!
gonna be a long trip.
What a hole!
Man, that must be great for the village. Like, to see that. The villagers must be so happy.
Honestly, I feel like thanking
Look
Y-Man.
at Chrome.
We didn't even know what we were looking for until he decided to drop us a line.
Y-Man's creepy message was meant to be a threat warding us off. It's pretty funny how much of the opposite effect it's had.
Yeah, no, he completely failed.
That
Which
kind
makes
of
me
thing doesn't
think
work on Senku.
Senku's, like, fallen right into a
you're right.
trap.
That's
He's using
just the
Senku's
type of
curiosity
person our
against
dear
him.
Senku is.
I don't know, it could be either or. Making sushi. I don't know what else you can make with fish. You know, I'm not a fish guy. I don't like them that much.
Whether it's the dark sea or the cloudy skies, that tech will let us see through anything.
Let us see through.
No, not like that. That's not what it means.
Does that mean, and I'm just asking, you can see through clothes, specifically girls?
That's not
For
what.
science purposes, I've always had an appreciation for science.
You are unbelievable.
Well, Chrome, what are you thinking?
X-rays can kind of do that.
That's not fair! Chrome's thinking the same thing.
No, no. Chrome's thinking of something else, I think.
They're gonna generate a ton of power.
Woohoo! You sure know how to fire me up with all these impossible tasks!
I love Kasuki so much.
Not the kind of tiny creations we whip up in the lab.
It'll take
We're now in the
forever to
realm of
make them.
manufacturing.
Radar sees through things, like the sky and the sea.
I was gonna make like a metal
What
detector.
about land? Could we see through the dirt to find iron and
Yeah,
other stuff?
that's what he's trying to do.
I need
something
this
like that.
coil thing to shoot out those magnetic waves.
Yeah, he made a metal.
Any idea where Chrome disappeared to?
This place takes me back.
Oh, that's where we. Okay.
Well,
Thought
take
it
a
was
look at
gonna be the
that.
cave where we found all
Lightning
that like
condescends.
It's the Bald
metal
Mountain where
stuff
Kohaku,
that
Senku, and the rest
like we
of us
redeemed
captured lightning
magma
together.
in. The noises that he's making. It's the perfect audio cuts. All the way in that crack. How are you supposed to get it out? I love that they just have like cars. It's just like so casual
Metal
now.
detector. Since the coil's magnetized.
Yeah, send Taiju down
its
there.
current gets pulled in by magnetite when it's near some. Resource King Chrome does it again.
So satisfying. What the? The mind's acquired.
It's just that I got this idea in my head, so I ran an experiment, and bam! It actually worked.
And that's gotta be so satisfying. Like, you get that idea and it works. Like, ah.
No way am I gonna be able to carry this all the way back.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We
haven't
need
thought
more
about how to
cars.
Haul off everything where it needs to go. This stuff's weight is no
Kohaku just casually has it on her back.
It's hard enough carrying it through this cave.
Oh, they're making. Of course.
No, we can't possibly be at paved roads already!
When the world started using oil, it changed the whole game.
Oh my
To be
gosh.
fair, asphalt is 90% gravel, so we were always pretty close to it anyway.
So,
Are you for EO
how much oil do they have?
That's surprising.
It didn't look like that much, but I guess it could have just been dark or deep.
I was sure it'd be mostly oil.
Smack the heck out of it, and it's done.
The gorilla team.
Whoa. The road's being built in the place.
Hey, at least Kohaku's accepted it.
Scientific, yet still a tad primitive.
And now I have a boat to take everything
Now
back.
that you've made it to the river, you can leave the rest to us.
Maybe not in Ginro's hands.
Who better to take it from here than the people of the water?
The Nanami conglomerate got its start in Edo period cargo vessel sales!
Hey, there you
Suddenly,
go.
Everything makes a little more sense. Is that how your ancestors got rich?
Yup!
Yep.
We need someone with leadership qualities to bring out the best in everyone. We need someone trained for the job.
All right, so you needed a leader trained for this.
I had
Ryushi,
lessons drilled into me from an early age.
I feel like Gin is
Your
pretty good.
emotions
Look,
in check.
Gin is pretty good at like motivating
Never
people.
Indulge in passion. My leadership style is different. A real leader's got to know how to have fun. No one will
You know
follow
what?
Stiff.
He's
The best
right.
Leaders have one thing in common. They know how to bring joy to their people, to the rest of the world.
They know how to bring joy to their people and how to make the best out of their people.
Oh yeah?
Hey, we got a minecart.
But the Kingdom of Science's resource network is complete.
Oh, that's satisfying to see. I feel like the episode was too short there, though. Yet again, another very fun episode of Dr. Stone. This is one of the episodes where I prefer binging, the binging format, because I do wish I had another episode to watch with it. Because, I think it happened twice in season, or once in season 1 and once in season 2, where I was watching an episode, I'm like, man, that was great. Not much to talk about. Let's go on to the next one. We'll talk about both of them. I feel like this is one of the ones where it's a whole bunch of setup, and then the next episode's probably either going to be a little bit more setup or the payoff. But besides me going, man, I wish I could just binge season 3, release all the episodes right now, let me watch them all at once. This was a very fun episode. It's kind of ironic because last episode I was kind of saying like, man, I feel like we've skipped a lot of the tutorial stuff in order to get into the story, and now we've just completely or not the story, I guess kind of the story, the bigger picture of the story, and now we're kind of putting the bigger picture of the story on pause. Like we have the general goal of the why man, like why are we doing everything? It's to get to the why man, but we're not going to learn anything about the why man. We're just building up resources so we can start learning about the why man. So it's the complete opposite. Now we put the why man on pause, and we put literally everything else into extremely hard work right now. Senku went through so much in this one episode. We got minecarts now. We have paved roads, metal detectors, sonar. It's insane how much progress just went by in this one episode. They didn't have a mining system. I didn't really get that mining system. It looks like a seesaw, and it looked like a seesaw that shifted with the weight. And then I guess it was just two tongs and just clacking against the side of the mountain cave ravine thing. I didn't really understand that. I didn't really understand how they built that, to be honest. I mean, it's Senku, so of course. But we have a mining system. Why didn't they bring back Minecraft? Why didn't they bring back the Minecraft visualization? That would have been the perfect time to do it. But I guess... No, not I guess. I wanted to say I love the visualizations in this show. I mean, we had the Nimbus Cloud. We have the sulfuric acid lady. I think it was sulfuric acid back in season 1. We have the Y-Man now. I love the visualizations this show gives to concepts. The Y-Man is simply just a concept of who did it, and they made him look like this alien force, kind of scary and all that. The sulfuric acid lady made her pretty, but she's two-faced. And the Nimbus Cloud was just awesome. I love how much fun they have with creating visualizations for the concepts of things within the show, things that don't have concepts. Oh yeah, that's a pool of sulfuric acid. What would that look like personified? I think the creator, artist, visualizer, I think they had a lot of fun bringing those to life. So yeah, the Y-Man, brilliant name for a man we know nothing about. I love that they have a war room. They're like, all right, Senku really went, all right, Gorilla Team, I need you to make me a war room. Why? So we can stand around and talk. Can't we do this in any other room? Sure, but it's not as cool if it's not labeled with war room. So, the war room isn't really... I guess it's for privacy purposes, but they could just clear out any other rooms. Hey, can we use this room for 20 minutes? All right, thanks. It's just a square. It's just a square with a sign attached saying War Room. I guess it didn't take that long to build. But the simplicity of building the radar, I had no idea what they were doing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm not the brightest guy when it comes to anything really, but especially science. Which is why this show fascinates me so much. I love looking at. I still need to watch scientist reacts to Dr. Stone. I'm sure there's videos of that out there. I still need to watch those. But it's just fascinating to see how they do it, how they're able to make all this stuff, how all this stuff works. I wish my physics teacher. I liked my physics teacher a lot. He was really cool, but it's just concepts just didn't really stick in my head. But I wish either one, Dr. Stone came out earlier so I could recommend it to my physics teacher and maybe he can get some ideas. Or two, it's I wish learning was as fun as watching this. Imagine then here again, I don't know how much, how accurate this is. Just imagine your physics teacher or whatever. All right, guys, today we're building a sonar. What? What? We're doing what? And of course it's a basic one, but you're by having the kids build it on their own, you're teaching them all about it. You're teaching them all about the concept. You're kind of tricking them into learning about the science behind the concept of it by making them build it. I think that's some of the, or at least for me, that's one of the easiest ways to learn something. I can't really learn much if I'm just sitting down and reading about from a boring textbook. Mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell. Okay. How does that apply to this? How does this apply to that? Is that I need to be very hands-on. So seeing this, just watching it, even though I'm still lost, I'm very entertained, but it makes me want to learn more. And I feel that's what's the most important part here. The fact that I want to learn more about it. That's what's important. Chrome's metal detector. I've said it again, or I've said it once, and I'll also say it again. I love how Chrome takes concepts that we have used in the past, and even with the sonar, that's something that we have right now. I love that he takes concepts that we've used from the past, applies it to stuff that we have now, and creates his own things. Again, it's how he made I think it was supposed to be a compass. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was a compass that he accidentally made. And he's like, guys, look at this. Look at what it made. And Senku's like, oh, you made a compass. That's awesome. And Chrome was like, oh, you already know about this? I just love how Chrome is able, his quote-unquote primitive, quotations, his primitive mind, he has no idea what any of this stuff is. Senku, Ukyo, Gin, Ryusui, they're all working within the confines of all right, we know that this can exist, how can we bring it to life? Chrome is literally all right, so if this exists, what if I combine something to go with it that I already, what if I combine the science of this with the science of this? What does that do? And to him, there is no basis for this. And I just love seeing how excited he gets over his own creation. For Senku, he's like, oh, you made a metal detector, good on you. But for Chrome, it's I discovered the atom. I just love seeing how excited Chrome gets over this stuff. What was the other shoot? Well, the water wheel. That's what it was. That was also him and Kostaki. Loved seeing that moment too. So I just love seeing Chrome build his own stuff, because I feel that's some of the biggest heart of the show, right? Is when Chrome builds stuff that we already know, but for him, completely new discovery. There is no basis. He's Senku's all right, I'm gonna build a radar, but Chrome, Chrome's I don't know what a radar is. I want something that'll help me find metal. All right, let's go try and find that. He has no idea what that is. He has no basis on what to do with it, and he does it, and it's just so satisfying. And then I guess the other thing I could talk about, we got the paved roads. The Gorilla Squad was very cute. It was very funny. The other thing I could talk about is Ryusui as a leader, which I really like. I'm very conflicted with Ryusui, because for the most part I like him, and then he brings up the fact of literally buying anything that moves. He loves buying the concept of stuff, and I think it was Sam G. I'm just gonna check my YouTube studio really quick. That you mentioned that Ryusui is the embodiment of everything good with capitalism, and I see it. It's just like whenever he sees something. What it was like 2 episodes ago. Oh, it was the wheat farm. He's like, look at all that wheat. I'm gonna buy it. I'm like, it's. First of all, your money doesn't exist. It has no the only capital your money has is whatever. I mean, I guess that's what all money is. But it was Ray. The other one, Sam G, is from the Owl House reactions, I believe. Who is Sam G? Oh, they might be from Patreon. Oh no, Sam G is from the Patreon, I think. Ray from the YouTube stuff, from the YouTube reactions, said Ryusui is basically the manifestation of greed, but he's very noble. Granted, he's a devious gremlin and has a lot of desire, but you'll see as the story progresses that he really cares for those around him. You can kind of see him as the good form of capitalism, when driven by desire towards the progress of the common good, which, especially this episode. I mean, there was hints of it in episode 1, I think, maybe when he saw like the old people of the village going, "Oh my gosh, we don't have to worry about starving this year. Oh, it's so wholesome." And he was like, "Yeah." This episode, especially like with how he sees leadership, it's not like he doesn't see it as a dictatorship. He doesn't see it as like, I'm in charge, you do what I tell you. He sees it as, I'm in charge, I'm supposed to do everything to make you guys happy. Which I really appreciate. I mean, like, I know I'm kind of paraphrasing. I only got to hear it once. I will probably facepalm at my dissection of it while I'm editing. Like, oh, he said so much more. But I think a leader has to take the qualities of anyone can be a leader. A leader has to take the qualities of their men, their peoples. They have to take the quality of their people, and they have to know who can do what, who can do the best job in some area, and work with the people to make sure everyone ends up happy. Because if a leader's like, no, you might be, I don't know, what's a good example? You might know how to make bread, but I'm gonna force you to make like a pasta. I don't think bread. I don't know, but like you can't take someone who knows how to do, like it. Like I guess if Senku's really good at science, a bad leader would tell Senku to forget about science and go to the mines with a pickaxe and just brute force it. A good leader would have the guerrilla team go down to the mines, do that, while they have Senku working on how they can minimize their efforts, how they can automize the mining efforts. And in that case, like, he helps make everyone happy. So like using the people's skills the best way possible, and using their skills to lead to a road where everyone's happy. Which I really like. Ryusui is like, whenever he's like, I'm gonna buy this thing that everyone should have. Well, I guess we are getting to a point where it's becoming unsustainable, because the village was small, so it was easy to share resources, but we're getting to a point where the populations might be getting unsustainable if you just share your resources like that. But then again, he did bring up the I think in the Ryusui special. That would be a very loud car. I think it was the Ryusui special where he made his money, he made his currency, and then that generated this influx of just non-essential items, but it's all comfort items, like the clothing. Sadly, Kasaki lost his tux in a tragic accident of him getting a little too excited. But he brought up clothing, plates. I think people have plates, but these were like specialized plates. a whole bunch of specialized things that you don't necessarily need, but you can spend, like luxury stuff. So like that creates creativity, that leads to creativity. People going like, oh, right, what can I do to have people spend money on my skills? So like, I really do like Ryusyu. I think he needs to cool down on like buying the entire wheat farm or buying the entire oil field. But he is coming from a very good place. And I really like his chemistry with the cast, especially with Gin. I feel like Gen is one of my favorite characters of the show. He's such a little troll. I love how he manipulates people into working more efficiently, like in episode 1 of season 3, the whole whoever farms the most is crowned the farming king. How he tricked Ryusyu into flying the blimp for free, not the blimp, the hot air balloon for free. I really love his mental mind games. I think he's just a really fun character to have on set, or not on set, but have in the show, in the crew. So yeah, Gin and Ryusui, I really like them. I really like them together. So it looked kind of like with Ryusui talking to Gin about leadership, it looked kind of like we could be getting more of them together. But they are also two very main characters, which surprised me thinking back on my thoughts of Gen back in season 1, where I'm like, who is this guy? He's the villain? Is he like a side villain? Oh no, he's a main cast member. I just did not see that coming. Someone that does surprise me, kind of stepping up a little bit into season 3, is Ukyo. Ukyo was an interesting character in season 2. He's kind of like, not really the traitor, but he was a traitor with good heart when it came to like betraying Tsukasa's side, the Army of Strength, and helping Senku's army, because he just doesn't want anyone to die. And then he got hurt. I was going to say he got shot, but I think he just got hit with a spear. And I kind of thought he would run his use. I thought he was going to be one of the first like main cast fatalities or secondary cast fatalities. Luckily he wasn't, because I like Yukio. But going into season 3, I didn't really think he would have much to do. But it seems that he's very much a presence within these first 4 episodes. He's just there. But not in a bad way. He is contributing quite a bit to the discussion of like, whatever they're talking about in the show. Like, he's part of the war room now. He's helping them with their boats. He's like the scout. I'm just very much surprised at how much of a presence Ukyo got between season 2 and 3, especially because I kind of thought he would run his course. I thought he would end up like Yo. Yo was an antagonistic force in season 2, got his ass whooped, and now he's kind of just comedic relief on the side. He doesn't really do much. Him and Magma, sadly Magma, they don't do much anymore. I feel like Taiju doesn't do much either, or Yuzuriha. A lot of characters don't do a lot, but we have a humongous cast in this show. But I'm just surprised to see Ukyo getting more spotlight than other characters. But yeah, if you lads enjoyed this, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and we'll be back next week for more Dr. Stone. If you cannot wait to see my reaction to the next episode, well, this is a pre-recorded episode. So if you go over to Patreon, you could probably see episode 6, up to episode 6 or 7 maybe, I think, depending on how all this is released and when I edit things. But as I'm recording this, the Ryusyu special just went up on YouTube, and then next week will be episode 1 of season 3 dropping. So I guess we're technically 4 episodes. Maybe you can see up to episode 8 on Patreon right now. I'm not really sure. It just depends on when I edit these. But yeah, if you enjoy all this, be sure to do the stuff and comment down below. What did you like the most about this episode? Are you also surprised that Ukyo has gotten so much screen time? And if you could choose one character to get more screen time, who would it be and why? Tell me all your thoughts down below, and I'll see you all lads in the next one.